What
facility.
Is there any agency or would anyone be responsible for checking time and again to ensure that at every stage of this program, the standards are met?
Yes.
So for it to be exported at the best of standards?
Yes, that's what they call competence authority. Ministry of Agriculture is trying to put that in place.
Okay.
That will be their responsibility to ensure that they meet with the standards. Even we in Nigeria, we have to eat also now in line with the international standards.
What about commodity market in all of this? The commodity market, how have we been able to strengthen that?
That's what precisely we are now working with the Growers Association of Nigeria. We are talking with them, we are talking with all the relevant bodies to ensure that we bring everybody on board. And we are succeeding. We are succeeding. I'm sure
because
that by the end of the year...
sector, you know, I'm saying that the aviation sector, this plan you have that we're hoping and it comes to fruition is something that should be big, because we've seen big-time farmers who also import livestock of bigger species, improved species into the country, and they transport some of these via the aircraft. So if your ministry, at the end of the day, will see this to fruition, that would definitely enhance, the sector in the country. Now we're talking about even livestock as big as cattle being flown in an aircraft down or outside the country.
Definitely, that also will be looked into as part of what that should be air freighted out of the country. Because we have a lot of it here, so we should be able to encourage that as well. But right now, we are focusing on the fresh produce. So Ministry of Agriculture, you did hear when the Honorable Minister of Agriculture did talk about the livestock, the way we move them. And now they are trying to think of how they slaughter them and all that. They are organizing that component of it. We are now concentrating on the fresh produce, to which Nigeria is losing a lot of money.
Okay. So this export market potential for this fresh produce, which you have in this program, so these are the target markets that the program is targeting based on research, as you highlighted here?
Definitely, yes. The target market is mainly all over. I mean, if domestically, of course, we have to feed ourselves first, and then before we export out.
I was just about to...
The world is our entire market.
Chimene, I don't mean for her to lose sight of that, the answer to that question,
okay.
But just quickly touch on, how we're going to ensure that what is meant for us on the inside doesn't go out first. Because, I mean, you mentioned, creating awareness and, exciting the farmers by telling them that they could also earn foreign exchange. Chances are that, hosted people might begin to say, well, it's more profitable for me to take my produce outside, and I might not really get the value that I deserve for this produce inside the market, inside the Nigerian market. How do you intend to balance that?
Definitely, we are going to balance with feeding our population first. I think we have to feed ourselves first and be healthy enough to be able to take care of others.
The question is how? How are we going to ensure that we feed ourselves first?
This is time and temperature sensitive commodity. At least by the time you select, there's going to be a selection process whereby you pick those that meet the international standard.
Okay.
If that farmer is targeting the international market, then the other ones then can be left here for us to eat. That's the way we're looking at it. So definitely, some people may go for strictly domestic market. From the people we are talking with, because we are talking to a wide variety of the growers, most of them will tell me that, look, they are rather grow for the national market. That is even cost them make more gains taking care of the national market than they targeting the outside, exporting it outside. We said, fine. Whereas some other people, the off-takers from Europe, for instance, are interested in we targeting them. So you can see that it's a divided interest. And Nigeria is huge, it's large. So we can take care of ourselves while taking care of the export market. We need to grow. We have to increase our economic value also.
Some people say, I'm sure most people will agree that it's a commendable idea, a lofty one. Electricity. continue. I'm looking at your critical infrastructure for fresh produce value chain and dependable power supply is what you call it here. Will be exactly will definitely be a challenge. How are you looking at mitigating this particular challenge?
Well, in some cases, I know that we have a challenge there, but we are looking on how we can overcome that. I mean, there are smaller power plants that people can have. So we will encourage them to go into that.
That's the collectors or who?
Yes, the collectors at this point. It is the responsibility of the collector to do that.
That's going to be a major challenge for them because it would definitely add to the cost of production.
We are looking into how we can have this smaller production unit and see how, at the same time, for it not to affect escalating the cost of the produce. So we are looking into this. We are looking into so many things. We are working with the research institutes as well to see how this can be fabricated in-house. I mean, the essence is for us to bring one in, and then we challenge our people to see how we can fabricate them. We need to move.
You mean the small?
The small power plants.
Power plants, okay.
Yes, we have to. If where we can buy it, we'll steal it.